Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. The City of Greensboro is requesting proposals or RFPs from housing developers who submitted a preliminary application to the North Carolina Housing Finance Agency. This pertains to the 2021 low-income housing tax credits, which is 9% and includes a tax-exempt bond with 4% to develop multifamily rental housing. This affordable housing development RFP will award approximately $2.5 million using the Federal Home Investment Partnerships Program. Additional funds will come from the city housing bonds for the development of new rental housing units, rehabilitation of existing rental units, conversion of non-residential buildings to rental housing use, or any combination of these. Proposals are due by 5 p.m. on Monday, March 22nd, and will be evaluated according to a point ranking system as a way to prioritize projects. For more information about the proposal timeline, contact Cynthia Blue in the Neighborhood Development Department at 336-433-7376. Thousands of COVID-19 vaccines are being administered free of charge in Greensboro thanks to the Federal Emergency Management Agency. FEMA is operating a vaccination center at Four Seasons Town Center 7 days a week for a total of 8 weeks. Up to 3,000 vaccines will be administered daily. Appointments are required. Vaccines are free even to those without health insurance. A photo ID is not required to prove residency or citizenship. Choose between a drive-through in the parking lot and a walk-in option in the old Dillard's department store location. To reach more marginalized and underserved communities in Guilford and surrounding counties, the main vaccination center will support additional sites and mobile vaccine clinics in communities of need. The federal government is providing the center's vaccine supply, which is in addition to the North Carolina weekly allotment from the Centers for Disease Control. Appointments are available through a centralized system and with assistance from community partners to ensure access among our marginalized populations. To slow the spread of COVID-19 even after you've been vaccinated, when you're in public, continue to wear a mask, wait 6 feet apart, and wash your hands often. Visit yourspotyourshot.nc.gov for accurate information about the variety of COVID-19 vaccines. Thrive GSO, in partnership with the League of Women Voters, is hosting a free virtual program called Fines, Fees, and Driver's License Loss. This discussion is taking place from 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. on Wednesday, March 24th. Learn about the impact of losing a driver's license, racial inequities within the system, and how Guilford County compares to other counties across the state. Registration is optional to receive email reminders. Featured speakers include Sam Cohn from the North Carolina Equal Access to Justice Commission, Laura Holland and Keisha Millett, staff attorneys from the Fair Chance Criminal Justice Program with the North Carolina Justice Center, and Leila Lewis with You Can Vote, explaining voting rights for people with a criminal record. Thrive GSO is a city-sponsored hub for individuals, advocates, organizations, and agencies concerned with raising awareness about and addressing the issues surrounding criminal records to include expunction, housing, employment, voting, and education. To join via Zoom, use the meeting ID 928-8575-5139 and passcode 546805. Or you can call in at 312-626-6799. The city developed a partnership with Cone Health to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way for each of us to improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's News for Your Health.
Are you experiencing stress due to remote learning during COVID-19? If so, you're not alone. We're going to talk about ways to manage the stress as remote learning continues during this new normal. This is a stressful time for all of us, and it is normal and appropriate for parents and for children to be experiencing the stress of COVID-19. Something that's been especially stressful is that it's put so many parents in the situation of having to juggle working from home with managing their children's remote learning. One thing that I recommend is looking for ways to establish boundaries. You could do that through establishing some semblance of a routine. It doesn't have to be a strict schedule, but just making sure that you have, regular meal times and times of day when you're definitely working and times of day when you are definitely not working. So one thing I definitely recommend is that parents try to set aside time for quality time with their kids. We're around each other more now, but the quality of that time has gone down for many of us. Try to set aside time for quality time so that you're not always trying to work while they're trying to go to school in the background, but that there are also dedicated times that you spend to just enjoy each other's company. When you see your child feeling stressed, one thing that I definitely recommend is being an active listener. So rather than waiting for your child to reach out to you, reaching out to them and letting them know that this is stressful and you're here for them. If your child doesn't want to talk about it, that's okay. Go ahead and give them their space. But at least that way they know that you're there and that their stress is normal. It's not something strange or wrong about them. When your child does come to you with concerns, the first thing that I recommend is to just listen to them. As parents, it's really normal to have an urge to comfort our children and reassure them that things are okay. But in this situation especially, that could inadvertently have the effect of invalidating their feelings. After you've listened to their concerns, see if there's something that they can do today that might make them feel a little better. We can't make the pandemic go away, but maybe there's some small thing that they can control in their life right now that might bring them some sense of relief. While a certain amount of stress is normal and even appropriate, there are some symptoms that may be a sign that you could benefit from further treatment. Among adults and children, these can include difficulties with sleep, changes in appetite that cause an impact on weight, either weight gain or weight loss, loss of interest in activities you or your child used to enjoy, difficulty focusing or paying attention, more frequent bouts of tearfulness, or even increased irritability. You may also experience excessive worry and difficulty relaxing, or a lack of energy and persistent feelings of fatigue. While children may also demonstrate all of those symptoms, they may also have unique symptoms of anxiety and depression. These can include fluctuations in grades. So for example, if you notice your child struggling with a subject that used to be easy for them, many children will manifest symptoms of anxiety and depression physically. So your child may complain of stomach troubles and not really be able to identify the cause. If your child is having difficulty focusing or avoiding activities that they used to like, that could be due to anxiety or depression related to the COVID-19 pandemic. If you or your child are experiencing any of these symptoms, or if you would simply benefit from talking to someone, many providers are offering telehealth visits that you can attend from the safety of your own home. While this time is challenging, it's important to remember that remote learning helps slow the spread of COVID-19 and keep children and family members safe. This will not last forever. By following these steps while remembering to wash your hands regularly, wear a mask when in public, and practice social distancing, we will get through this pandemic.
Active adults throughout Greensboro and Guilford County will be gearing up for the Senior Games, which will be modified in light of COVID-19. We'll have that story and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Creative Greensboro has launched the Neighborhood Arts Mural Program. Community organizations, neighbors, or business owners can partner with artists to create murals in their neighborhoods. Creative Greensboro will accept applications for murals to be installed on eligible City of Greensboro maintained streets and sidewalks. The application form and registration links for upcoming webinars is online. The next application deadline is June 1st. Chief Creative Economy Officer Ryan Deal said the city is excited to partner with neighborhoods throughout Greensboro as they seek creative ways to celebrate their identity and history through murals close to home. We'll speak with Ryan a little later in the show. If you are age 50 and older, registration is open for the 2021 Greater Greensboro Senior Games and Silver Arts Competition for Guilford County residents. It costs $10 to participate, and the registration deadline is Friday, March 19th. Additional registration fees apply for bowling, mini golf, and golf competitors. The senior games include more than 50 Olympic-style athletic and recreational sports events, ranging from track and field to cornhole and bocce. This year, 3 new athletic competitions have been added: power walking, mini golf, and recumbent cycling. Events will be held April 19th through May 21st. Winners in each age category qualify to compete in Senior Games state finals in September. The Silver Arts Competition includes a range of visual and performing arts contests such as painting, writing, dancing, and vocal performance. The Silver Arts Showcase will be held May 26th and May 27th. In light of COVID-19, this year there will be no 3-on-3 basketball or doubles or mixed doubles table tennis. All Silver Arts performances must be solo acts. Participants should plan to wear face coverings at all events, practice good hand hygiene, and stand 6 feet from others. No spectators will be allowed. Registration forms are available at Smith Active Adult Center located at 2401 Fairview Street or on the city's website. For more information, call 336-373-7571. The Mayor's Committee for Persons with Disabilities is accepting applications for the Stephen L. Nair Memorial Scholarship for outstanding students with disabilities. The deadline to apply is Friday, April 30th. This year, the committee will award up to $3,000 in scholarships to high school seniors with disabilities who will be enrolling in continuing education, trade school, community college, a 4-year college, or university. The Mayor's Committee for Persons with Disabilities is a nonprofit coalition of businesses, human service agencies, and individuals of all abilities with the mission to create a barrier-free community. The scholarship is named in memory of Stephen L. Nair, former Executive Director of Lifespan Incorporated, longtime member of the Mayor's Committee, and community advocate for persons with disabilities. For more information, visit the city's website or contact the committee via email. Given the number of sculptures and murals displayed throughout the city, Artsboro would be an accurate nickname for Greensboro. Coming up after the break, find out how the city is expanding its artistic footprint in a neighborhood near you. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Greensboro is known for the variety of art murals displayed throughout downtown and on buildings and streets. Now neighborhoods can express their creative spirit in much the same way. Joining me now to tell us about the Neighborhood Arts Mural Program is Ryan Deal. He is the Chief Economy Creative Officer for Creative Greensboro. Hello, Ryan. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Carla. Thanks. Glad to be here.
I'm so excited to have you. Welcome. I don't think you've graced our presence since you've been here, and you started a little more than a year ago.
That's right.
And you've been just hitting the ground and running.
Yeah.
We've had so much going on in Greensboro. It's just so artistic and known for the arts community. So tell me, now that you want to do this new program for neighborhoods, what brought about the Neighborhood Arts Mural Program?
Sure. So the work of Creative Greensboro, we're the city's Office of Arts and Culture, and our work is really guided by the Cultural Arts Master Plan that City Council commissioned and approved in 2018. And there's a lot of language in the Cultural Arts Master Plan around diversifying arts experiences, making sure that they occur close to where people live, and then also how the arts can be used to make physical places like our neighborhoods,
yes.
Creative places that and how we use art to identify those places. So things like public art and murals. Mm-hmm. So it's really the intersection of those two priorities that led us to develop this Neighborhood Arts Mural Program. And it's essentially a permitting opportunity for neighborhoods to say, hey, we'd like a mural in our neighborhood. and we're looking at murals to be installed on City of Greensboro maintained streets or sidewalks.
Okay.
There are some requirements around what streets are eligible and whatnot, but we've got a really helpful map on the website to help people work through that. And we're excited to see what this community comes up with, and we're excited to see murals exist all over our city.
Yes,
Absolutely.
wonderful. I'm excited.
Yeah.
How can the community learn more about how to get involved if they want
Sure.
to procure a mural for their neighborhood?
So there's a couple things that folks can do. We've got great information on our website, which is creativegreensboro.com, but we expect that folks are going to have some questions about the rules and the fine print of the program, and we want to be accessible and helpful for that. So the first thing that we're doing is offering a couple of webinars. We ask folks to register for those webinars so that we know who to expect and how many to expect, but you can do that on our website. The deadline to apply for this first cycle of the program is June the 1st. We'll permit up to 5 murals at this first deadline, but what folks should know is we expect this to be an evergreen program, and so we expect over the course of time, 2 or 3 times a year, we'll have an opportunity to apply. But if you're interested in getting, in the first round, join us at one of those webinars on the 24th or the 29th, and then plan to apply by June the 1st.
Okay, that gives people plenty of time to prepare, and I'm sure you will get lots of applications
We
for
hope so.
this. Yes. Now, you did a call for musical acts a few weeks back, and what was the response from the community?
Yeah. Well, so Greensboro loves murals, and Greensboro loves live music.
Yeah.
This is something that I learned really quickly when I joined the staff late in 2019. And the city's had this amazing legacy of offering free community music concerts for more than 40 years, actually.
Yes.
There's the MUSEP series, Music for Sunday Evenings in the Park, that happens in the summer. And then there's perhaps a lesser-known series called the Opus series that happens in the spring and the fall. And there's been a history of that, including both the city's volunteer music ensembles, the Philharmonia, the concert band, the choral society, and the big band. But there's also been a history of including guest artists. But I wanted to really open that up and make sure that we were hearing from all of the musical talent that exists in this region. And so we ran an open call for musical acts or bands that would like to be featured on the series. We had over 100 submissions to that open call. And so my team is actually working through reviewing those right now. And what we'll do is create a roster of musical acts that we can pull from as we confirm and schedule concerts. And so Greensboro can look forward to an ongoing commitment to these free community music concerts, but also look forward to seeing an even more diverse range of artists featured on the concerts.
Now, when you talk about the spring concert series, has the pandemic forced you to modify or somehow change the way that will be presented?
Yeah, absolutely. So really for the better part of the last year, we've been forced with the restrictions that so many folks have around limiting gatherings and in-person events. And so our concert programming since last summer has all been virtual. We ran the MUSEP series virtually last summer, and we did Opus virtually in the fall, and we're going to stay virtual with Opus for the spring. The great thing about this is the viewership is just tremendous. We've had over 200,000 views for our concert videos since last summer. So we miss being in person. Our musicians miss the energy of sharing the space with an audience, but we're celebrating that we're reaching a really broad audience with these virtual programs. So again, folks can catch those Sundays at 6 p.m. either on the Creative Greensboro Facebook page or on the City of Greensboro's YouTube channel.
Last but not least, how can the arts community stay connected and benefit from all the resources through your department?
Sure. So there's really a focus within Creative Greensboro on, generating awareness of our own programs, but also connecting folks to the work that all of our partners across the community do. And there's a couple ways that folks can best do that.
Okay.
Follow us or like us on Facebook or Instagram. You can find us under the name Creative Greensboro on both of those platforms. We've got great information on our website, creativegreensboro.com. But one of the things you can do on our website is sign up for our e-newsletter. And so you'll find a button to do that right on our homepage. We promise not to fill your inbox full. We send emails twice a month. every other week with highlights of things that you don't want to miss. So we invite folks to find us on social media or sign up for our e-newsletter.
Okay, well, Ryan, you have so many things going on, all great things, and I love how you bring the community together through art, through music, through all of this wonderful creativity. Thank you for what you do to spotlight the arts in our community, and do come back and keep us posted on all your other great programs.
We'll do it. Thanks, Carla.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. Due to COVID-19, the City Council is meeting virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. City Council meetings usually take place on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building, located at 300 West Washington Street. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. Greensboro Parks and Recreation is accepting registration for summer day camps. There will be a reduced number of campers who must follow safety protocols to keep staff and campers healthy all summer. Due to smaller numbers, camp slots are likely to fill up quickly. Caregivers are encouraged to register now to secure a spot. All Stars Summer Day Camp is open to ages 6 to 12 and costs $160 per week. It's open from June 14th to August 13th, offering a variety of sports and games. Recreation Center Day Camp is open to ages 5 to 12 and costs $85 per week. It's open from June 14th to August 13th at 9 centers citywide, offering early morning drop-off hours and free lunch and breakfast. Families in need can request assistance to pay the registration fee. Camp Joy costs $65 per week and offers an inclusive summer camp experience for kids age 5 or older with a disability. Service Learning Camp gives high school students ages 15 to 18 hands-on experience with agencies focused on poverty. The camp costs $40. For more information about summer camps and to apply for summer jobs, visit the Parks and Recreation website. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first we have an important message about COVID-19.
Remember the 3 W's. Wear a cloth face mask covering, wait 6 feet from others, and wash your hands often. By working together, we can adjust to this new normal and continue to save lives.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. All Greensboro Public Library locations are providing grab-and-go services from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Mondays through Thursdays and from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. During these hours, customers are asked to select materials and limit their visits to 30 minutes once a day. The idea is to check out and exit the building as quickly as possible to limit the spread of COVID-19. In order to ensure customer and employee safety, seating is not allowed, indoor events are not being scheduled, and the public meeting rooms will remain closed for the time being. Curbside service will continue for customers who wish to pick up materials instead of going inside. This service is available from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Mondays through Thursdays and from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Customers can call their branch to make an appointment for pickup times. 1-hour computer appointments are available at all library locations. For more information about library events and resources, please visit the city's website. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to Greensboro Parks and Recreation. Artists of all ages and skill levels had an opportunity to enter the Chalk Walk 2021 competition at the Greensboro Arboretum. Participants could reserve a 5-by-5-foot drawing space. Categories included individual youth, individual adult, and teams of up to 4 people of any age. Local art professionals served as judges. The public took a socially distanced stroll through the garden to look at each design before voting for their favorite chalk art. Please remember, as more places continue to open, wear your face covering, wait 6 feet apart, and wash your hands often. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM. Be sure to download our weekly podcast, Talk City Greensboro, and now GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.